Hey, what did the Pink Panther say after he stepped on an ant? Any ideas? Dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant. Good morning, everybody. Dave here with Dave's Old Iron, welcoming you all back, new and old subscribers alike. And if you like that last joke, well, there's plenty more of them coming up today on today's show. Like right here. I don't know if you can see that. Light 'em and hide explosives, Sparks, Nevada. Yeah, anybody that's familiar with model railroading knows all about Dave Meek and the Thunder Mesa Railroad. So shout out to Dave. He's an Imagineer from Disney. Ran into a co-worker of his at my last in-town job who knew Dave and had worked with him a little bit. He created an entire railroad, and one of the businesses on the railroad is Light 'em and hide explosives. Yeah, so we're going to carry over something like that into model railroad that I plan on working on this winter. Let's get started with today's show. In the last episode or so, I was working on that table for the pump to go on. Well, there sits the whole thing installed. There's the intake pipe going down into the canal water that feeds into the city for irrigation. Plus we have regular water that runs through a treatment plant, drinking and whatnot. But yeah, the pump is installed and it works beautifully, although I am right here on this corner going to install a on-off switch to turn the pump on and off. Otherwise, I have to unplug it and plug it in right there at that box. Yeah, turn the motor on and off for that pump. Now you may ask or say, Dave, why didn't you just hardwire the pump in while you were having the electrician wire in that outlet for you? Well, I could have, but in case I want to make that pump go away for the winter, take it apart to repair it or whatever, I may want it to be totally portable. So that's why we have the twist lock plug on the end of the cord that plugs into the outlet. So anyway, that project's finished. My grandson was over last weekend and he asked me, where does poo come from? Well, I had to stop and think about that one for a minute and any repercussions that I got from his folks, But I honestly answered him, and told him where poo comes from. He looked at me kind of puzzled for a while and he says, yeah, but what about Tigger? He get it, Winnie the Pooh? And now to let you know why the videos coming from me have been far and few in between. Some of you that have been longtime followers know that for about the first 3 weeks of June, I was basically bedridden / paralyzed. Went to the doctor. They gave me a prescription of some medicine. That loosened up the 10-step sciatic nerve issue that I was having problems with. And at that doctor's visit, I found out that I could have waited to have my knees replaced. It was more of a nerve issue at the time. Not that I'm making excuses or anything. I did tell the doctor about my problems that I was having with sensitivity and whatnot. But yeah, found out from a specialist that I could have waited a year or two for my knee replacement. If they'd have just caught on to the nerve thing and taken care of that first, I could have put off the replacement. And since my last video came out about the tractor pull that kind of was and wasn't, a few of the guys, I guess, hung around and tried to do a little bit of a pull, but it was so muddy, maybe 50 feet's about all they could do, so that's the way it went. But I've been to another specialist, 2 of them actually, that have been poking and prodding and looking at me, and I have since found out that I have a very fast-acting and growing arthritis issue that is affecting my hands now. I thought I had neuropathy going on in my feet. It is arthritis. And they have done an x-ray of my lower back, and now they want to do an MRI because they want to find out where the nerve is getting pinched. I have a bundle of nerves, including the sciatic, that are giving me problems in my right leg yet. And because of the pain and whatnot associated with that, my blood pressure shoots way up. In fact, they were going to have an ambulance haul me to the hospital, and I was like, no, wait 10 minutes, take my blood pressure again, because I just walked into the office and sat down, and it was 180 over something, 100 and some. And yeah, within 5-10 minutes, my blood pressure was down. It was on the high side, but it was down in the normal range. And it's all because of the pain in my left leg. So yeah, it's really hard for me to get out and around and get things done. That's why you haven't seen a lot of videos from me here of late. So if you've been wondering, I haven't given them up. I just can't get out and get them done. Say, the other day when I was in the doctor's office, he told me that jogging and smoking wasn't a good idea. You get to running, you breathe deeper, and the smoke goes into your lungs a little deeper and further and doesn't help you any. So I took the doctor's advice. Yeah, I did. I give up jogging. One of the things that I've been wanting to do for quite some time was work this jigsaw puzzle. It's a 1,000-piecer that my daughter had given me from a birthday present or Christmas a number of years ago. It's been long enough, I don't remember which celebration it was for. But it's entitled Farmland Friends and has a model of a Farmall bee on the picture of it. Little did my daughter know at the time, I actually own 2 Farmall BNs, which need to get over here to the house so I can start working on them. One will be a parts tractor and the other one will be the restored tractor. Anyway, the puzzle measures 20 inches by 27 inches. And I've got a lot of the tractor done already, as you can see. I've got a lot of the perimeter edges that are all flat on one side put in place. There's some across the top up here that are difficult to find, but I'll get there yet. But yeah, I sat down and did most all of that last night while listening to the World War II movie, The Longest Day. I've already seen the movie, so I was just listening to it for background noise. That movie stars John Wayne, Eddie Albert, a few other names from back in the day, Robert Wagner when he was a lot younger and that sort of thing. So yeah, if you haven't seen that show, it's a real good one about the D-Day landings in Normandy during World War II. And since we're having triple-digit temperatures around this location now, I plan on working on that puzzle quite a little bit from about midday on till we start cooling off, and I'll be back outside doing a lot of other stuff. But for now, that's what I'm up to. While I was in the doctor's office the other day, I overheard a couple of guys talking, and one asked the other one, he said, what does a nurse and a mosquito not have in common? The guy said to him, his buddy, he says, I don't know what. And the first guy says, you know, a nurse can spend 10 minutes trying to find a vein, but a mosquito can do it in 5 seconds while humming a tune. That's it for today's show. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll be back again. The next video, I'll be getting some of the parts in for the Farmall H, along with some cowtail candies. So you'll know where I got that from if you've ordered any tractor parts. And yeah, we will finish up the wiring on the Farmall H. There's a few things that I did it just to get it done, and it's been bugging me ever since. So we're going to go back through and upgrade some of what I did. Not that it was wrong. I've seen vehicles go thousands of miles away I did it, but I would rather this be a little more well done. Yeah, for the lack of a better term, like it more well done. So I don't have any problems down the line in the future. There's nothing I hate any worse than electrical problems and trying to chase those gremlins. So anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Y'all take care, behave, and yeah, we'll see y'all later.